You show up to class, I ain't packing no Lunchable. Yo, what's up, y'all? This is the Jest podcast, and you already know what this is. We doing a podcast. What else did you think it was? What's up, y'all? I'm here on a Monday coming to you. Oh, hold up. Forgot the water. I may have missed a week, but nobody listens to this but me. So don't worry about that. Moving on. I got a lot to talk about today. Very exciting weekend. In short, I went snowboarding. I know, it's super early. There's no snow on the ground. It is December. It's the first week of December. No snow. But the mountains opened up, so we took a day trip on Saturday. Went to Vermont. Got a little snowboarding in. Sure, it's not the best of the season, but we can't wait. And if you're always banking on waiting, you're not going to go as much. Get with the program. I'd rather snowboard more than say I snowboarded at its best. Anyway, that was Saturday, and then on Sunday I went to Friendsgiving, and that was great too. But we'll get into it. Let's get started. If you don't already know, I am your host, Jest, and this is the Jest podcast, where we do it big, and that's what it is. Yeah. Oh yeah, I'm doing a podcast. Almost forgot. So how y'all doing? I hope you're doing well. I hope life has been treating you great lately. If not, hey, you're getting the hard times out of the way. It only gets easier from here. Unless it doesn't. Sometimes it gets harder first, then a little easier, then it gets hard again. You're like, what the fuck? I can't do this. Life, cut the shit. But eventually, things even out. It becomes smooth sailing. You're good to go. So don't you worry your pretty little head. If no one cares about you, at least you do. And if you don't care about you, I care about you. You're not like one of my close friends. But I like you. You can even be annoying. You could be an annoying person. Be like, damn. Oh man, I want to kill myself because I'm so annoying. Don't we wish more people we hate could think that way? But that's not you. You don't... Even if it was someone I don't like, I don't want to see somebody kill themselves. Especially if you're listening to my shitty little podcast. So, listen to Crip Mac. Never commit suicide. Everything gonna see alright. Is that all of his catchphrases? Did I get them all? Probably not. Only man I know with more catchphrases than Crip Mac is Unk Shine. Shoutouts to Unk Shine. He gonna eat your booty. Gonna smell it. You know what's a banana split? Alright, I'm done. Shoutouts to Tom and Christina from Your Mom's House podcast. They're the best. What have I been up to? Work's annoying, but what else is new? I was just watching some H3 podcasts, which I haven't checked out in a while. But I have been checking out Teddy Fresh. I do love their clothing. Shoutouts to Ela Klein. She's a boss-ass bitch, especially when it comes to designing and putting out clothes. So yeah, shout outs to them. And you already know, the podcast is brought to you by Teddy Fresh. I love them so much, and they love me. So don't forget to use promo code at Jest. Don't forget to use promo code Jest at checkout to get free shipping on your next order. Plus, I'll get a little kickback, and you support the show. So come on now, don't be stingy. Come on, Mark. But yeah, that's what's new with me. What's new with you? What? I feel like Dora the goddamn Explorer over here. Which way should we go? Should we go over the bridge or through the spooky forest? What's that? Okay, we'll go over the bridge. It's like, no, Dora, I want you to go through the spooky woods. I don't want to watch this show. I'm an adult. Psh, I can't fool you. You caught me. I do love to watch children's TV shows. But only the animated ones. I don't want none of that wiggle shit. Tiny Town? What's it called? Little Town? No, that's a real town. Littleton. Shoutouts to Littleton, Mass. You guys suck. We all do. We're all from Massachusetts. They call us massholes for a reason. Wait, what? Why was I Dora the Explorer? Oh yeah, because I watch kids' shows. I yell at the TV, even though I know they're never going to hear me. And I always expect... You know what? I gotta stop watching the same episodes. The disappointment is too much. But yeah, it's winter. It's cold as fuck. Not that cold. I don't think it's dropped below 30 yet. Which usually means if there's no snow and it's not cold, no snowboarding. But this year I got me a nice little... I got the lowest tier of the Epic Pass. It's not cheap, but at least it's not as expensive as the full one. And I got access to all sorts of snow mountains. Not the dry mountains though, unfortunately. But yeah. I'm gonna be trying to snowboard as much as possible this winter. Me, my girl. And then on Saturday we were trying to wait for our friend. He came through. Fortunately, because he is known to be late. So if he says he'll be ready, like my girl said, he'll be ready by 9. I'm like, okay, he'll be ready by 9? So he'll be ready by 9:15. And that's when he's going to leave, right? And then she was like, oh, you're right. Because she got up wicked early and came over. And I still had to get some things ready, but I was ready by 9. And so that's when we first got a hold of our friend. We're like, shit. It's going to take them forever to get here. Long story short, they did get there by like 10. I don't know. We took a while to get going. We forgot. When we had to turn around because he thought my girl grabbed the helmet. She thought he grabbed the helmet. We got to go back for the helmet. Oh, no. So we turn around and then we get going again. I'm like, fuck. Okay, finally. I start speeding. Like, I've been chilling out. I've been... Not that smoking weed makes me angry on the road, but I do smoke weed on the road to keep me from getting angry, because these motherfuckers out here are dumb. Well, I used to smoke on the road. I haven't smoked. I have been hitting the vape, though, so I was hitting that vape on the way. People would say, don't do that on the highway, Rajesh. What are you doing? That's not safe. Au contraire. I speak French. Nah. The highway is actually the safest place to smoke because you're just going straight. It's probably not the safest place to speed and smoke. But I wasn't smoking. I have a vape now. So I'm better than you. But we get there, and we're getting into New Hampshire. And then we get into Vermont. And I'm thinking, my friends have cool outfits. I'm thinking, damn, like... Mine's pretty plain, but I do love my outfit, you know? Black snow pants, green jacket. I had a red helmet, and now I got a brown helmet, which I like better. I kind of look like a tree. Hope nobody crashes into me. But we're just about to get there, like 30 minutes away, and I realize I forgot my jacket. Which, honestly, it's not the worst thing to fucking forget. It's the most obvious thing you're gonna bring when you go skiing. A fucking winter jacket, of course. You're gonna fall, you need a waterproof jacket. But at the same time, forgetting my snow pants would have been worse. I need a helmet. I got my gloves. Gloves is probably one of the worst, but at least you can tuck your hands in. So you'll be fine. You just can't really use your hands too well. I can't forget my boots because I can't use my snowboard. I can't forget my snowboard because then I can't go down the hill. So the jacket is probably the least of my worries to forget. And I had a couple layers of shirts. So I had like 3 shirts and a thin hoodie, like a zip-up hoodie with a nice hood. It's got a face cover. The hoodie arms actually even turn into little mittens. So I could have forgotten my gloves and used that, and I'd still be okay. Fortunately, my girl was smarter than me, so we did stop at we found a thrift store, got me a nice waterproof jacket. Good deal, decent style. We did good, we got really lucky there. And I needed that fucking jacket. I really did. I thought I would have been okay with the hoodie and shirts, but it was cold up there. Like, even a warm day, I guess that's why they already have opened the mountains. It's just colder up there. Massachusetts ain't warm, but New Hampshire and Vermont are colder. Trust me, Massachusetts is plenty cold, but they're colder. You don't need to go there, unless you're skiing. You can take my word for it. You can trust me. But yeah, we went hard. Snowboard for like 4 hours, probably. Our friend that we waited for, he's always getting smashed, especially before snowboarding. So, of course, we also were hitting the bag. Why did I say it like that? We were boozing, y'all. And I hit the vape a couple times. My tolerance is down, man. Just one drink got me good. I was... You know what I'm saying? And... At first I was a little worried because it's like, oh, I am fucked up. And I haven't snowboarded yet this season, so this could be difficult to get my legs back on me. And when we first got off the ski lift, I was so scared. I was like, I was going to try and go ambidextrous and go the opposite direction. You know, feeling confident, but not anymore. But after you get going for a little bit, after the first and second run, you start feeling it again. It's all good. Not confident enough to try and do the ambidextrous thing, but I'll work on it, you know? When it's just me and my girl, we can slow down and, you know, take it a little more chill. That way I can work on my carving on the other end. But that's boring, unless you snowboard. So what else did I do? So, I mean, I drove 5 fucking hours that day. So we snowboarded probably like 4 hours, and then I had to drive 2.5 each way. And I got back at like midnight, and I was fucking wiped. No. We got back at like 10 that night. Because we went to bed early. Yeah, we went to bed early, and I was still just so wiped out when we woke up. So I wasn't going to go to this. It's like 3 weeks after Thanksgiving. 2, but whatever. It's been a while since Thanksgiving, but my girl's friends were having a Friendsgiving. But not just any Friendsgiving. This was Friendsgiving. And yeah, it was just a room full of lesbians. Like 20 of them. That was cool. It was wicked funny, though. You know me. I love to make fun of gay people. So you knew. I had to fucking hold my tongue. My girl had to ask me before. She was like, by the way, you were invited to our Friendsgiving. But you're not going to say anything, are you? I was like, say anything? What? Who, me? No, you gotta be kidding me. And but I did it for her. I told her, I'd be like, okay, these are your friends. I don't want to ruin your friend group for you and outcast you just because you had a boyfriend that could not hang, so to speak. But that was pretty good. I was starving all day, so I was getting a little hangry. But I made 2 pumpkin pies. My girl made 2 cornbreads and something. The fuck she make? I don't know, something. Clearly wasn't that good if I don't remember, you know what I'm saying? And no. That might have been it. I cannot remember. I hit the vape before this podcast. Oh, yeah, I'm not gonna vape on the podcast or smoke on the podcast because I don't do that anymore. You can vape beforehand or after or whatever. Vape during the show. If you're listening, you clearly don't have much to do. Pack your vape and listen. I don't care. You don't care. Nobody cares about your time. Why are you listening to this? Moving on. So yeah, I was fucking starving. They had a giant charcuterie board, so I tore that up when I got there. And my girl, because I'm surrounded by lesbians, she's got to check in. Like, hey there, partner. Hey, how you doing? She literally had to ask, like, do you feel out of place here? I was like, shh. I was like, Maya, shh. You're gonna blow my cover. For all these people know. I didn't tell them what I identify as. They don't know who I am. She literally asked me, like, she was just curious. I'm making fun of her, but I'm not mad at her. Don't get it twisted. I just think it's fucking hilarious. She was checking in and was like, oh, man. like it was a problem. Okay, sorry, let me regain my composure here. Gay shit is just objectively funny. Fight me. It is, man. I don't care which. Actually, I'm thinking this is all controversial. For all I know, this isn't even what I'm saying isn't even controversial anymore. Because in the future, we're open as shit. Plus, Dave Chappelle already said trans people are funny. So, how could anyone get mad at someone they don't know saying gay people are funny? Don't cancel me. I was like, so my girl asked, like, do you feel out of place? I'm like, I don't think I need to answer that right now. But to be honest, like, not really. I honestly feel it's pretty similar to, like, if I hang out with a bunch of dudes. Like, we can have 10 dudes in a basement. There was, like, at least 20 lesbians in that circle yesterday. We had this beautiful, bougie-ass venue. Beautiful. But, yeah, I'd compare hanging out to that many lesbians to, like, hanging out with a bunch of dudes who play video games. Or, like, bros, or whatever. Just, like, a category, you know? There's just an overwhelming, dominant vibe. And nothing wrong with that, ladies. But, like, when I'm hanging out with a bunch of my guy friends, I'm kind of like, I love this, you know? So I'm not hating on anybody here. Like, I do love hanging out with my guy friends. What? They're my best friends. You think I want otherwise? But, you know, there's always a sense of, like, there's something out of balance. You can't say men and women are the same. Because there's a clear difference in the rooms when you have a room of all dudes and you have a room of all chicks. They're just different vibes. And it doesn't even like stand out. You know, it's not like people are throwing it in my face. If you think that's what I'm saying, that's clearly not. You're dumb. Stop trying to tell me you know what I'm saying. It's something more passive. It's just in the background. You notice it. It's obvious. But it's not glaring you in the face and that's all you think about. You know, it's nice to have a little diversity, though. Yeah, I'm telling the queers to get a little more diversity. Come on, let some straights in the group. If you can't tell I'm joking, I am, you fuck. Plus, they did. They literally let me, the straight, in the group. Yeah. Anyway. It was a good time. We were all chilling. We were all having fun. We were all super thankful to be there and to have each other and to hang out. It was a great time. It was definitely effeminate, definitely a lady vibe going on, even if they're not all she, her pronouns. There's a definite, like, feminine vibe going on, you know? And, like, again, like I was saying, like, I don't even really notice it most of the time. But one time I did notice it, when it really stood out, was after we all ate. And yes, I said after. After we all ate, we did the giving thanks thing. So we went around the table and everyone gave thanks for something they were thankful for. Aren't you glad I'm here to explain things to you? I bet. So we're going around. I always tend to be short. Just because generally speaking, especially with public speaking, you can never go wrong being concise. Fight me about it. So I just said, like, my name. They were sharing their pronouns and their, like, astrological signs. I just skipped those. And I just went straight into giving my thanks. Again, I'm being concise here, short and sweet, to the point. Not saying I was. Not saying I am, but at least try. It'll help you out, trust me. If you're shit with public speaking, short and sweet. Don't forget it. Because the worst thing that you can do is ramble on when you're not entertaining people. That's how you put folks to sleep at a wedding, you know? Make the reception quick. Get to the dinner, feed people so they're happy. You know? Full stomachs, happy life. And then you hit them with the speeches. But you still gotta be quick. Don't drag on. I know you never got to tell stories at the party. And there's probably a reason why. You're probably getting shut down with your storytelling because we can't take it anymore. Most people are not good storytellers. I don't even think I'm a good storyteller. Not a joke, by the way. And if you really like storytellers, definitely check out, like, Tom Segura. Patrice O'Neill was a beast. He wasn't like a storyteller, though. Bill Burr, classic. I'm sure you can find some more storytelling comedians. You don't need me. Ari Shafir's not Skeptic Tank. That's his podcast. What the fuck is this show that Roy Wood Jr. is now hosting? The fucking storytelling show. God, you know the one. Comedy Central. Ari Shafir. Clearly, I'm not a good storyteller. If I had to back up my point, Not a good storyteller. Go find a good one. If you want good stories, you came to the wrong place. But oh yeah, so I did my thanks short, and there was someone else that did a short one as well. It was actually the lady taking photos all night. She had a camera. Respect. Taking pictures is fun, but doing it throughout a whole event, it's definitely a job. So thank you to them. Plus, I got some of the pictures back from it. It was wicked cool. We had so much fun, and I love the pictures. Not just because I'm in them, but mostly because I am. I love making goofy faces and just cheesing hard. But, sorry, let me get back on track. So, I didn't really notice, like, there's a definite female vibe going on because the room is entirely women except for me. And one other dude, but he was, like, a very effeminate dude, so couldn't, like, point it out right away, from a distance. So, especially at this point in time, I think I'm the only dude. We're going around. So I skipped my pronouns. I skipped my moon sign. And they let me skip the signs, but afterwards, like, the whole room was like, oh, I sat down, they're like, oh, wait, your pronouns. Yeah, pronouns. I was like, oh. I was like, I'm not going to say shit. Like, none. I have no pronouns. Don't call me. Don't talk to me. Don't say my name. Don't speak of me. Don't speak to me. Just don't. Nah, but one of the friends I made that was like right across the table, she covered me. She was like, hey, he, him. I was like, thank you. And if those weren't my pronouns, I wouldn't have gotten mad at you for it. That's all love here. But yeah. So I'm glad I did mine pretty short and sweet, and someone else did their short and sweet. They just stood up and were like, I'm thankful for all of y'all. And they sat back down. I was like, yes! And that one I clapped the hardest for. It's like, let's hurry this the fuck up. Because you could definitely tell it was a women's party by the way everyone was storytelling. If you know anything about storytelling, there's two main differences in the way men and women tell stories. Men are typically objective and hit all the main story points. Holy shit, I have a stutter now. Men are usually objective and focus on hitting all the story points and covering all those. Whereas women, when they tell the story, they're more focused on the rise and fall of the narrative. So they're all about the little details, trying to describe something totally irrelevant to the whole fucking story, but really going into detail about it. And then building up the tension. They're like, oh, fucking finally the story's gonna end. And they just keep going. It's like, oh shit, that wasn't oh no, where's this going? You know, that horrible roller coaster of, both men and women tell bad stories, don't get me wrong. And I'm not here for either of them. But when women can't tell a story, I have a real hard time holding on. Because at least a man's story is short. And I know how to cut them off. But with women, I'm at risk of getting called out as rude or, I don't know, homophobic? The homophobic gay? Sure, why not? It's 2022. It's not. It's almost 2022. Who knows? I could be a homophobic gay. They're definitely out there, by the way. If you don't know, a lot of dudes who, like, act wicked tough and, like, actually homophobic are like, man, fuck gay people. Like, what's wrong with them? I think there's something wrong with them. Those are the ones that are usually fucking gay, but just don't even know it. They're in just such denial, they'll never know. And those people tend up to have, like, very homophobic tendencies. And it's a thing in the gay community that they know that some of these, like, very masculine dudes, when they, like, transition from being this, like, anti-gay into being like, oh shit, fuck, I am gay, oops. got to deal with that cognitive dissonance. Like, once they start dealing with that dissonance, they're still homophobic for a while, because they're just, like, trying to understand what it is in themselves that they were upset at. I don't know. It's this weird... I'm not acting like I do know what's going on here. Again, don't come to me for answers, you fucking fool. But there's this... They really do. There's this thing where, like, a lot of men, as they're discovering their homosexuality, they're strangely homophobic. Or, like, they actually hate gay people. Or, like, not just, oh, you fucking event. Like, not like offending a gay dude over some, like, petty shit. Like, actually offending people. Being rude. Fortunately, all the gay dudes know about this. Gay dudes are fucking tough. Gay women, too. Shoutouts to queers. Love you, faggots. And, yeah. Let me stop telling a womanly story and get to the point. See? Men and women are bad storytellers. You can't tell me I'm saying shit about women. I'm living proof. I'm shitty too. We all suck. Women suck. Men suck. We all suck. Don't forget it. We're all great too. Don't be all negative. We're all great. Except for Hitler. People who like Hitler. Where was it? I don't know. Oh yeah, man, I wish I could interrupt with these stories. Because everyone went around the table and said the same fucking thing. And they're all like, I gotta say my story. Hold on, like, I gotta make sure I tell... Like, everyone's talking, and everyone's being sure not to rush themselves when they speak, you know? Because, like, this is my moment to speak. This is the one time I get everyone's attention on me, so I gotta make... you know, I gotta make good use of it. Can't do that by being concise now, can I? So, everyone, like, you know, gets out their details. And then this meantime, I'm like, don't get me wrong, I'm being respectful and I love everyone there. But I'm like, okay, like, speed it up. I want dessert. You know I ate the most at that fucking place. I had the biggest fucking plate. I had like a big plate and then I piled it on top of each other like a mountain. I even ate a small dinner before this already. But you know I was hitting the vape on the way. So I had me a good appetite. I was putting it down and I needed my dessert. So, like, I'm loving to learn more about these people. And I really enjoy hearing more about everyone and seeing everyone connect. So don't get me wrong when I say this, but everyone's story was the same. It's like, last year was so hard. And then they cry. I'm not kidding, yo. So they say, last year was so fucking hard. And it was a pandemic. Last year was hard. But we all gotta acknowledge it. It was so fucking hard. Then we cry together. They're basically just shifts to like, I'm so fucking happy to be here. I'm so happy to be in a good spot. I'm happy to be thankful for a life worth living. I'm happy to be here with you all. I love you all. And it's great. We're all blessed. And amen. And a women. A genders, all the A's. And B's and C's. Whatever. Whatever you are. I don't fucking care. Honestly, I don't fucking care. Don't tell me. But yes, it was like, don't. Oh, he's fucking minimizing their fucking struggle. Oh, he's generalizing. He's generalizing the like, shut the fuck up. Let me speak. This is my podcast. But, like, obviously everyone doesn't have the same fucking story. I'm being, not metaphoric, was hyperbolic here. I'm being hyperbolic, guys. Just chill the fuck out. But there was, like, major similarities between everyone's story and what they had to say. Which also brings a theme together again. Everyone's thankful. That's the whole event. Boom. Women are good at that shit. Themes. Hell yeah. Rising actions. Climax. If you're lucky, jeez. Okay, back. So, I mean, everyone's story was pretty similar. Not to be rude, you know me. And, like, honestly, like, it's really fucking cool. Everyone's like, I'm super thankful to have this fucking queer community. And there's people in the group that came from different parts of the country. Like, I know 2 of them came from Indiana. And, like, for example, they're saying, not as gay friendly out there. If you don't know, Massachusetts is pretty liberal. Surprisingly racist. Don't forget it. Massachusetts ain't... we got schools and shit. On paper, we're great. We still got our share of fucking racism and whatnot. But we're really open to the gays and shit. And shit, you know what? Go poop on someone's chest. I don't care. Do whatever you want. I don't care what gets you hard. Just don't tell me about it. If it's relevant to the story, sure, but I need to be into it. Don't just tell me how you're shitting on... I don't need that. I don't want to hear about you shitting in a regular toilet. I don't want to hear about you shitting on a person. But if you peed on someone, much more likely to be a funny story. Definitely try me on that. I'll let you know if it's not. Tickling my fancy. Anyway. Yeah, literally, I just heard the same story 20 times. And then I got me some fucking dessert. So hells yeah. And damn! There was like, I can't even describe it to you. Not gay enough, unfortunately. Or fortunately, however you want to look at it. But there was a ton of food. I made pumpkin pie. That much I know. That was pretty high. And actually, before, like, after dinner, after dessert, even, I think. No, before dessert. We went out to smoke. My girl brought a joint that she got at the dispensary, like, 2 months ago. Now it's Halloween. Yeah, that's almost 2 months. December's just starting. I'm just fighting with myself here. It's a month ago, okay. And everyone agreed, was like, yeah, that joint's kind of shit. By the time it was done, everyone was like, this joint's much better. I hope my girl didn't feel bad, but if she did, that's silly. So she needs to learn her lessons too. You can't feel bad about dumb shit. Oh my god, so my lady told one of the friends, she was like, oh, this is my boyfriend, and he wants to do stand-up comedy. I'm like, oh. Hush, keep that on the down low, I'm not funny yet. And she's like, oh yeah, he's not that good. And I didn't even make like a face, I'm just like smiling and nodding, like, okay. And then I think maybe she was looking for a reaction from me, like, hey, that's not true. Like, you're not fucking funny. I'm not funny, you're not fucking funny, huh? but instead it was just nothing. So she got wicked insecure about it and just started questioning herself. She was like, oh no, was that too mean? It's like, oh, but like, yeah, you do need work and stuff, especially you haven't been on in a while. I'm like, yeah, it's been like 2 years. Yeah. She just starts like debating herself while her friend just escorts herself out of the situation. She's like, am I being mean? Is that too mean? Am I being mean? I'm like... Well, you did only say a bad thing about me. I don't need to come for her. That was silly. Back it up. What she should have done is she should have doubled down. She was like, yeah, he's not really funny at all. He should quit. That's what she should have fucking said. But hey, honestly, in the end, I think this type of shit is even funnier. Nothing gets me like a good awkward moment. That's why one of my favorite lessons in life is you never have to say anything. You know, try it out with your friends. It's fun. Just look at them. Or if you're nervous and you're like, I don't think I can do that, just smile and nod. Smile and wave, boys. No, actually try it though. Plus you'll get, oh, yo, my alarm's going off outside. Yeah, I'll go turn that up. That's my 8:30 alarm. Oh no, that means I've been doing the podcast for 41 minutes. Oh wow. Oh wow. Alright, I'll wrap this shit up. You guys know I can't tell a story. But everyone's like, oh, this joint's much better. And thank God I did bring my weed. And apparently I was the only one that brought weed. And oh. I'll edit that out. Okay. That's okay, cool. I'll edit that out. Wow. Censoring myself. Lost my train of thought. But so my girl and I are the only ones that brought weed. My girl doesn't even smoke anymore. She's not even a stoner. I don't even smoke anymore, but I had that intuition, so once that first joint was getting lit and going around, I was like, we're gonna need another. There's like 20 people out here. So good thing I had enough bud. I keep a little bit on me. And I kept my papers in my bag. So I crushed up as much as I could fit. I got a new grinder. It's tiny because I wanted to downsize. So I was like, is this big enough for a joint? I didn't even fill it. And that thing I filled king sizes, you know me. That thing was loaded. I was like, uh-oh, can I roll this? Especially it's cold outside. Not the best conditions. But fucking flawless, of course. You know me and how I roll. And, yeah, we needed it. I did forget a lighter, though. Fortunately, my girl had one, though. It was fine. But yeah, one of the friends I made there, you know, ladies got smaller pinkies, so I couldn't, like, tap in the joint at the end. But her, it was so fucking fat. She could fit her pinkies in, though. And so we just pat it down, twisted it and shook it out. And I just lit the next joint before the other one was even done, because no offense to dispensaries, but they usually don't use as good a weed for the joints. You know, they have excess they got to get rid of. Where do you think it goes? Think business, my friends. And yeah, thank God I had that. I did smoke though. I know I haven't smoked in like a month, 2 months probably now. I have been hitting the vape though for the past month or so. But I haven't smoked at all. I'm clearing my throat now. Maybe that's why. No, I hit the vape before this podcast too. But yeah, thank goodness. And I'm glad I did, because I was like, I was telling my girl, like, should I roll another? Like, you think we're going to need it? And no, she was like, no. Like, do you, like, another for just you? That's so, I think it's so funny. She literally asked me, like, oh, you want another one for just you now that everyone smoked, right? And normally my answer would be yes, but I don't smoke anymore. Well, I did smoke. I don't smoke like that anymore. I was good. I mean, when I first lit it, the person that came over and used the pinky for me, they're like, hey, you know, when someone knows someone's got weed, they come over, hey, buddy. It's like, hey, what up? Everyone's friendly there. I know everyone's cool. So, like, hey, I heard you're my new best friend. Come take a seat. So we lit it up together. And, you know, I took I got my hits. I started it, got a hit, handed it to her. She gave it back. So I was like, okay, I'll take one more. She got it, and then we sent it around. And there's 20 fucking people out there. So, especially like, if I'm gonna roll for that many people, I usually make the joints skinnier so they last longer, and I can just roll more joints. So they don't canoe as much. They smoke straight, and they last a little longer. Cause it's, especially when everyone's drinking, you're just fucking ripping that thing. You don't even know. But so yeah, I sent that thing out into the void. I wasn't expecting to get that joint back. I'm chilling. And everyone was always checking in, like, oh, yo, whose is this? And they kept, like, checking in. It's like, oh, yo, do you want this? I'm like, I'm good. Like, you guys hit that. It's for all of you. And, someone came over and was like, oh, is there weed? And I was like, yeah, we got enough. Join in the circle. And they're like, oh, man, I didn't bring any. Like, I got money. I got Venmo. I can hit you over cash. I'm like, you're straight. Well, you're not straight, but we're good here. And yeah, so surprisingly, that joint came back to me once, maybe twice, and everyone got it at least once. I think it went around twice. I was like, damn, I spent like and it was windy too, so they always fucking canoe and shit. But that thing, I didn't even think that was one of my best rolls, but it worked. And it was so fat, I was like, this thing's not good for a party setting. Like a fat duber. A fat duber is something I'd ideally smoke in like a basement where there's no wind. Because sometimes joints can just smoke themselves when it's windy, Or like if you smoke cigarettes, they'll do that. But yeah, everyone's so fucking nice. They were looking out, making sure it gets back. So I got that thing a couple times, and then I was like done. I was like, no, I don't need it. But once it was like just done, and it was just like the roach, they gave it back to me. It wasn't even just a roach. It was still enough to hit. It was hot and harsh, don't get me wrong. But I still finished that shit. I smoked my shit. I put a filter in it, of course. Raw papers, raw tips. You know me. But I smoke, even if there's no filter, I'll smoke that shit down to a stinger. I used to in college, I grew up my thumbnail. And I had long nails, and I would water marble, so I had like a tie-dye painted thumbnail. And I was smoking fat backwoods. All the way down to the end. No weeds left behind. Not here. And yeah. So I got it back again at the end, and I was like, I don't want this, but you know what? I did roll it, so I finished it. I don't smoke, but I'm not supposed to smoke anymore, but I'll indulge. And yeah, because, if you smoke weed, you smoked in a lot of groups. And like, when you send out a joint like that, you don't expect it back. And if you, like, send out your lighter, you don't expect it back. And we got both back. And everyone was checking in, and, like, that's one thing you could tell, like, I'm not to fucking brag, but I'm an experienced owner here. And I feel like I'm pretty good with people, and I can figure them out quick. And that's one way I know. If you're like, oh, did I make sure, like, did I get your lighter back? Or like, oh, you good on this? Like, you want more? Like, you rolled this, it's you. Like, those are signs of good friends and people that you want to hang out with. Those are the ones I gravitate towards at a party. And everyone there was wicked nice and kind and loving, and they made sure to get that love right back to me, so I had a really fucking good time. If you thought I was trying to be rude or push the straight agenda with my fucking story here, get the fuck out. I have nothing else to say. Except, of course, one more thing. Yeah, comedians can never stop. Last thing I wanted to say, shoutouts to Princess. Princess is my friend's pug. Princess got hit by a car about 2 months ago. I think I mentioned it briefly back then. But I've been waiting to hear, make sure I got everything straight. So I'm just gonna say it now. Shoutouts to Princess. She's still with us. Don't get me wrong. She's still kicking, and And those things are devastating. And a lot of the times when dogs get in accidents, it's honestly better to put them out of their misery. A lot of the times. And there's a lot of times that people don't see that, and their dogs just suffer and struggle for the rest of their lives, and it's really sad. Fortunately, this is not the case. My friend's paying a lot. Dude, fucking pet accidents are not cheap. And I know he's one of my more responsible friends. I know he's good, but even being good, like, I know he's fucking hurting from all those bills. It's rough now. So I got his little dog because I hit him up. There were these dog hoodies. I was like, oh, dude, they restocked them. You got to get Princess a dog hoodie. It's like, bills are tight now with all the vet bills and surgery. It's like, fuck, man. So I said, I'm just going to get you one. And I got the dog a little doggy hoodie. So that's this week's thumbnail. I hope you love it. It's an adorable one-eyed pug with its tongue hanging out in a Teddy Fresh hoodie. Shoutouts to Princess. She didn't have brain damage. She was blind at first, but her vision's actually recovering, so she can kind of see now at her one eye. So she can navigate the environment. So her vision might come back in that one eye. So that's great. Whew. Yeah, we all love that pug. Pugs, not drugs, y'all. Peace. You already know what to do. Listen to your mom. But listen to your heart. And go suck a fucking dick. You never know what it'll do for you. See you, faggots.